Exclusive contract from Feilu Novel Network Novel. Game King. My deck is above you. Chen Luo traveled to the world of Game King GX and awakened the duel system. As long as you use a deck with the same theme as your opponent's deck to defeat them, you can earn a large number of victory points. Victory points can be redeemed for new decks in the system. However, even with the same theme deck, the deck used by Chen Luo includes many real cards from later generations, with strength far superior to opponent decks. From then on, Chen Luocheng became the ghost of the Game King GX world. Chen Luo, what kind of ghost is your elemental hero? Absolute zero hero. How could it blow up the scene? Chen Luo, can your destiny hero destroying the phoenix be resurrected indefinitely? It's so naughty. Caesar Liang said, why do you also have an electronic flow deck, Chen Luo? That, Armored Emperor Dragon. Electronic Dark End Dragon, is too strong. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Traverse and System. Game King GX World. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chen Luo was convinced that he had traveled. Whether it's the unfamiliar city in front of him or the sound of system binding in his mind, it makes him incredibly confident that he has traveled through it. After taking a deep breath, Chen Luo began to organize information about his travels. Firstly, the world I have traveled through. It's the world of the Game King. That's right, it's the one with many well-known memes. For example, in the world of Game Kings such as Touring Drama, Bru Asy Duo La Gong, and Saba Duo La Gong. But the era he traveled through was not the first Gaming King era. But it's the second Game King, the era of Game King GX. By the way, today is the day of the practical exam held by the main stage Duel Academy of Game King GX. After clarifying his current era, Chen Luo breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, he traveled through the world of Game Kings. Not a world of legendary swordsmanship. If the latter were true, he would really consider whether he should commit suicide. As for the system in Chen Luo's mind, it has to be said. The name of the system is very simple, it is called a duel system. The functionality is not complicated either. The primary function is that the duel system will sell decks. Different decks have different prices. The currency required to purchase a deck is called victory points. Victory points can be obtained by defeating other duelers. However, obtaining victory points also involves techniques. When Chen Luo uses a deck with the same theme as his opponent's deck to defeat them, he can earn 3 victory points. If you defeat your opponent using different themed decks, you can earn 2 victory points. It is not difficult to see that the system encourages Chen Luo to defeat his opponent with the same themed deck. The system clearly told Chen Luo. The card decks provided within the system include real cards issued in later generations. Take the Fate Hero deck as an example. The Fate Hero deck of the GX era, with the ace cards being Blood Demon D, Doctrine Man, and Dragon Knight D. And the Fate Hero deck sold in the system. Including the most beautiful, newborn destroyed Phoenix. The intensity of destroying Phoenix people can only be understood by those who understand it. It once became the most widely used cheating component. Basically, it's a deck that can be stuffed into the Destroyer Phoenix. It is obvious that even if using the same theme deck, Chen Luo's deck will be significantly stronger than the decks of various characters in the GX era. In addition, the system also provides 2 new benefits for Chen Luo, who has just worn more and more clothes. Firstly, he obtained a set of ancient mechanical decks and a duel deck for free. Secondly, the system helped Chen Luo register for the Dueling Academy exam and even fooled him with the written exam, leaving only today's practical exam. By the way, the practical exam is about to begin. Even if Chen Luo is rushing to the exam site non-stop now, he is still very capable of catching up. He felt that if nothing unexpected happened, he, who was late for the exam, would definitely be harassed by Teacher Kuronos as the chief examiner. I even had to fight against Teacher Kuronos as an exam. But looking at it this way, it's not a bad thing. Teacher Kuronos' deck happens to be an ancient mechanical deck like Chen Luo's. Chen Luo plays against him, and as long as he wins, he can earn 3 victory points. As he advanced towards the exam room, Chen Luo took out the card decks gifted by the system from the system space and watched the composition of the card decks one by one. Familiarize yourself with the deck in advance for the upcoming duel. The examination room of the Dueling Academy. The behind-the-scenes investor of Dueling Academy is Haima Group. The setting of the examination room is also in the building of Haima Group. As the chief examiner, Teacher Kuronos observed the duels in the examination room and said, "The exam time has already started. But how come there are still 2 students who haven't come? One is called Yuqing Sherdai, and the other is called Chen Luo. Their written test scores. They are 110 and 109 respectively. Too bad, too bad. Such poor students, even if they enter a duel academy, will definitely not become excellent duelers. Since they were late for the exam. Then they don't need to take the exam. Directly count them as abstaining. This can also be considered as optimizing the students in the Dueling Academy." Teacher Kuronos proudly crossed out the names of Chen Luo and the 10th generation of Yucheng from the roster. But the next second, a figure ran into the exam room. This person's hairstyle looks very much like a jellyfish. The color of hair is basically brown. He looks like a very enthusiastic person. His name is 10 Generations of City Tour. After 10 generations in Yucheng, soon another person ran into the exam room. This person has black hair and pupils, and a handsome face. His name is Chen Luo. The 10th generation of Yucheng and Chen Luo ran back and forth to the examination room. The 10th generation of Yucheng has been familiar with patting Chen Luo's shoulder. "Oh, you're also late. Chen Luo." Chen Luo's lateness is truly beyond our control. The system is deceiving him. Standing in the invigilator seat, Teacher Kuronos looked at Chen Luo and the 10th generation of Yucheng and loudly said, "Are you Chen Luo and the 10th generation of Yucheng? You are already late. Our Dueling Academy doesn't need students who can't even follow exam times. Now, I can inform you. You don't need to take the exam, just go back." However, Teacher Kuronos has just finished speaking. The president of the Duel Academy on the other side, Principal Shajima, seems to have received some phone call. He said to Teacher Kuronos, "Teacher Kuronos, don't be too harsh on your students. Although they were indeed late. But it's not enough to prevent them from taking the exam. Students are not easy, please understand." "However, Principal," said Teacher Kuronos in a moment of confusion. Principal Shajima interrupted, "No, but..." Teacher Kuronos sighed. "Okay, Principal. I agree to let Chen Luo and the 10th generation of Yucheng take the exam. However, I will personally serve as the examiner for both of them. And only the 2 of them defeated me. Only then can I pass the exam. This is a punishment for being late." Chapter 2. Ancient Mechanical Giants. Make a grand appearance. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Teacher Kuronos said, "Chen Luo, the 10th generation of Yucheng, I will serve as your examiner. You 2 who are late should have no objections, right?" Before Chen Luo could say anything, the 10th generation of Yucheng took a step forward and said, "I have no objection." Chen Luo shrugged and said calmly, "I have no objection either." Teacher Kuronos snorted. "Chen Luo, you have no power to speak. It indicates that you lack confidence. Okay, let's start with you. You come with me to the arena for a duel." Chen Luo didn't say anything and walked slowly towards the duel arena. The dueling area required by a dueler is generally quite casual. You can fight as usual in the desert. However, it's just like football. Although football can also be played in the desert, it is definitely not as comfortable as playing on a professional football field. Dueling is the same. It would naturally be better in a professional duel venue. Chen Luo took out the duel tray provided by the system and put it on his arm. On the way to the exam room, Chen Luo had already studied the duel board thoroughly. I almost used a screwdriver to dismantle the duel tray. Next, Chen Luo put in the ancient mechanical card set. On the other hand, Teacher Kuronos has also finished preparing. Duel, start. Teacher Kuronos said. If you attack first, I won't hesitate to take it. My turn, draw. Teacher Kuronos added the top card of the deck to his hand. The rules of duels during the GX era were significantly different from those of later master duels. Firstly, the health of the duelers on both sides is 4,000 points. The initial hand for both sides is 5 cards. The person who attacks first can also draw a card. Another thing is that monsters can show their side defense to summon. Finally, in the GX era, the ban on cards in later generations was universal. That's right, that card is Teacher Kuronos first placed a magic card on the duel board. I activate the magic card Pot of Desire from my hand. A green water bottle with a strange big face painted on its body appeared on Teacher Kuronos' field. It will shatter in the next second. The effect of Pot of Desire is that it allows me to draw 2 cards from the deck. Teacher Kuronos immediately added a wave of cards to his hand. That's right, the Pot of Desire, which became an Iron Forbidden card in later generations, was one for everyone during the GX era. Chen Luo looked at the Pot of Desire launched by Teacher Kuronos and was filled with emotions for a moment. The Pot of Desire is such a powerful card. One draw 2 without any prerequisites. It can both pass cards and compress the deck. It's just a divine card. Such a powerful card. I also have one in my hand. Yes, Chen Luo also drew the Pot of Strong Desire. His performance in terms of luck has always been good. However, it is still the turn of Teacher Kuronos. Unless Chen Luo has a card like Grey Flowing Beauty or Infinite Bubble Shadow in his hand, otherwise, he would be unable to take action. Teacher Kuronos continued. I need to cover 2 cards next. Then activate the magic card Storm from your hand. The effect of Big Storm is to destroy all magic trap cards on the field. Upon seeing this Great Storm, some onlookers couldn't help but exclaim in surprise. Why did Teacher Kuronos launch the Great Storm? Currently, on both sides field, only Teacher Kuronos' trap area has 2 blocks. This Great Storm will only damage Teacher Kuronos' own card. Teacher Kuronos laughed heartily. What I want is to destroy my own gacha. Let you see my unparalleled chain. Let's wreak havoc at will. Great Storm. A fierce gust of wind rose on the field. The 2 cards on the field of Teacher Kuronos were first opened and then torn into pieces by the strong wind. Teacher Kuronos said. Right now. I want to activate the effect of the destroyed Gaika Golden Evil God statue. When the card covered is destroyed and sent to the cemetery, you can summon a special Evil God derivation on my field. And the 2 cards that I was destroyed were all Golden Evil God statues. That is to say, I can summon 2 Evil God derivatives in one go. 2 golden strange creatures, resembling insects and snakes, arrived at Teacher Kuronos' field. Evil God derivatives, attribute/race/star rating. Dark/demon clan/4. Attack power. 1000, defense force. 1000, at this moment, even Principal Shajima stood up. In the first round, summon 2 special derivatives. Does Teacher Kuronos want to use that card directly? That card is a bit too scary for students, isn't it? Principal Shajima knows that Teacher Kurono's deck is an ancient mechanical deck. So, he also knows that the ace of ancient mechanical decks was the ancient mechanical giant. A powerful monster with an interstellar power of up to 8 and an attack power of up to 3000. Principal Shajima's guess is not wrong. The smile on Teacher Kurono's face widened even more. Chen Luo, let me show you the gap between students and teachers. I want to offer 2 evil god derivatives as sacrifices for higher level summoning. Great ancient creations, awaken from beneath the soil. Coming. The ancient mechanical giant. A loud roar echoed from Teacher Kurono's field. Accompanying it is a vast expanse of smoke and dust. In the smoke and dust, a monster made of steel slowly walked out. It is tall and majestic, with invincible fists. It is the ancient mechanical giant. Ancient mechanical giants, attribute/race/star. Earth/mechanical clan/8 stars, attack power. 3000, defense force. 3000, at the moment when the ancient mechanical giant appeared. The entire exam room is boiling. The students exclaimed in surprise. That's the ancient mechanical giant. I heard it's a powerful card second only to the blue-eyed white dragon. Teacher Kuronos has no intention of letting that Chen Luo pass the exam. He summoned the ancient mechanical giant in the first round. Chapter 3. My deck is above you. You are listening at novel full.audio. After completing this operation, Teacher Kuronos gained countless surprises. In the GX era, monsters with an attack power of 3000 can be summoned in one turn. That's almost to the extent of being astonishing. Many people may not understand this. Give an example. The 10th generation of Yucheng was in the later stage of GX and grew after playing against Uber. In a duel, he played a very exciting 5-for-1. 5 hand cards summon a elemental hero. New universe hero, with an attack power of 2500 and no effect. Scare the opponent directly. Now, with only 4 hands, Teacher Kuronos summons the ancient mechanical giant, which has an attack power of 3000 and also has the effects of piercing defense and blocking traps during attacks. Undoubtedly, it is even more powerful than the later 10 generations of Yucheng. It is only natural for him to be surprised by his actions. Teacher Kuronos proudly said. Chen Luo, it seems that your exam results have been predetermined. In front of the ancient mechanical giant. You have no chance of winning. Chen Luocheng said calmly. Teacher Kuronos, if you have finished summoning, quickly say that the turn is over. Teacher Kuronos squinted his eyes. Oh, it seems you still have the will to fight. This is commendable. However, just the fighting spirit cannot change the outcome of the duel. I end the turn. It's your turn, Chen Luo. Chen Luo said calmly. My turn, draw cards. I will first activate the magic card Pot of Desire from my hand. Based on the effect of this card, I can draw 2 cards from the deck. As is well known, in the game of King of Games, one must first pass the cards before unfolding. Chen Luo scrutinized his hand. I quickly thought of the best way to unfold. He first took out a magic card. Placed in the magic zone of the venue. I activate the venue magic card Teeth Car Street. A large number of steel buildings appeared around Chen Luo. At the top of the building are various gears. These buildings form a street called Chiche Street. Chen Luo explained. One effect of the venue magic Teeth Car Street is. As long as this card is on the field, when both superiors summon the ancient machinery monster, the required sacrifice will be reduced by 1. Hear Chen Luo's explanation. Teacher Kuronos widened his eyes in disbelief. Wait. Did you just mention ancient machinery? Is it difficult that you are also using ancient mechanical card sets? Chen Luo revealed a sunny smile. Congratulations, your answer is correct. The students watching the battle instantly heated up discussions. Oh my goodness, that Chen Luo actually used the same ancient mechanical card set as Teacher Kurono's. This duel is between ancient machinery and ancient machinery. So it seems that Chen Luo's chances of defeating Teacher Kurono's are not zero, there should be around 5%. That's 5%, although his deck is the same as that of Teacher Kurono's, his duel strength is definitely dominated by Teacher Kurono's. However, as the party involved, Teacher Kurono's is not optimistic. He discovered something very terrifying. Chen Luo just launched the Teeth Car Street, but he didn't have this card. Chen Luo. Teacher Kurono's asked with a serious expression on his face, where did you get the ancient mechanical deck? Why do you have Teeth Car Street that I don't have? Chen Luo smiled and said. This has nothing to do with you, Teacher Kurono's. Does anyone prohibit me from using ancient mechanical decks? Teacher Kurono's was very angry. He snorted and said okay. Then I'll see how you summon it. Ancient mechanical card sets were not so easy to operate. Moreover, the effect of reducing the number of sacrificial offerings in the Teeth Car Street you launched is effective for both parties. That is to say, I can also use the gain of Gear Car Street. Chen Luo took out another card from his hand and placed it on the duel board. Sorry, Teacher Kurono's, you can't use the effect of Teeth Car Street. Because I need to activate the magic card Ancient Mechanical Shooter from my hand again. Teacher Kurono's is even more surprised. Because he didn't have this ancient mechanical ejection machine either. How come Chen Luo has so many cards that I don't have? I feel like his deck seems to be above mine. Chen Luo said. The effect of the ancient mechanical ejection machine is that it can only be activated when there are no monsters on my field. At the cost of destroying a card displayed on my field. You can summon an ancient mechanical monster from the deck without considering the summoning conditions. I want to destroy the Teeth Car Street on my field. Then directly summon from the deck. The ancient mechanical giant. Great ancient creations, awaken from beneath the soil. A loud roar and a large amount of smoke and dust appeared on Chen Luo's field. An ancient mechanical giant walked out of the smoke with its head held high. Teacher Kurono's eyes were about to pop out. Ah! Do you also have the ancient mechanical giant? This is too outrageous. The students observing the battle once again argued. I didn't expect the duel to turn into ancient mechanical giant versus ancient mechanical giant, it's really amazing. No, it's not just about the exciting appearance. It seems that Chen Luo's duel strength is superior to that of Teacher Kurono's. Why do you say that? Upon careful reflection, Teacher Kurono's summoned the ancient mechanical giant using 4 cards, but Chen Luo only used 2 cards. He saved half of the resources compared to Teacher Kurono's. Really? Is that Chen Luo so strong? Chen Luo looked at the shocked Kurono's teacher and students and suddenly smiled. My chain is not over yet. I want to activate the second effect of the destroyed venue magic Teeth Car Street again. When this card is destroyed, I can choose a ancient mechanical monster special summon from the deck, hand, and graveyard to play. And I chose this one, the ancient mechanical thermonuclear dragon. The ancient dragon of steel, waving its rusty wings, will descend here. Chapter 4. The Ultimate Giant of Ancient Machinery. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Special Summoning. The Ancient Mechanical Thermonuclear Dragon. Chen Luo placed the Ancient Mechanical Thermonuclear Dragon on the duel board from the deck. Immediately, a painted black steel dragon swooped down from high altitude. Its body is extremely large. The rusty wings almost cover the entire roof. Ancient Mechanical Thermonuclear Dragon, attribute/race/star. Birth/mechanical clan/9 stars, attack power. 3000, defense force. 3,000, Teacher Kuronos couldn't believe it and said. Another monster with 3,000 attack power. How could it be like this? And I don't have this ancient mechanical thermonuclear dragon picture. Where did you find this card, Chen Luo? Chen Luo smiled and said, I've said it all, I have nothing to say about this issue. Alright, the current situation is my comparative advantage. The students watching the battle were even more talkative. Oh my goodness, Chen Luo summoned 2 monsters with 3,000 attacks in one round. His strength is so terrifying. I think the scariest thing is his efficiency in summoning monsters. He only used 2 cards to summon 2 3,000 attack monsters. It's simply outrageous. Yeah, yes, just summoning an ancient mechanical giant, Teacher Kuronos costs a whole 4 cards. But this is already an unattainable summoning speed. I didn't expect Chen Luo to go even further. Basically, 1 card can summon a 3,000 attack monster. Can't Chen Luo really win, right? From now on, it's very likely. Chen Luo looked at Teacher Kuronos and said. Now, it's time for battle. Come on. I will first attack your ancient mechanical giant with ancient mechanical giant. 2 ancient mechanical giants on the field simultaneously swung their fists and hit their opponents. But also hit by the opponent. They all fell one after another. However, there is only 1 ancient mechanical giant on the field of Teacher Kuronos. After this card was destroyed, he was left empty. But Chen Luo still has an ancient mechanical thermonuclear dragon. The battle is not over yet. Chen Luo said, I will use the ancient mechanical thermonuclear dragon to directly attack you. Hot air bombing. The wings of the ancient mechanical thermonuclear dragon fanned wildly in the wind. Beat Teacher Kuronos back in a row. Teacher Kuronos' health. 4,000 1,000. Under 1 attack, Teacher Kuronos has become severely disabled. The advantages and disadvantages of both parties are visible to the naked eye. Teacher Kuronos jumped angrily. Damn it. How could it be like this? Chen Luo, you're actually using the same ancient mechanical deck as me. The most despicable thing is, you are actually an advantage. This is like hitting my face. Chen Luo said calmly. This may explain one thing. My duel strength is above yours. Teacher Kuronos. You. Before he could finish speaking, Chen Luo interrupted. I declare the end of the round. It's your turn, Teacher Kuronos. I have returned to the turn of Teacher Kuronos. Now his disadvantage is so great that anyone who is not blind can see it. It's very difficult for him to turn the tables. Unless draw that card. Teacher Kuronos looked at his deck and prayed. Please, please, let me draw that card. Please. I don't want to lose to a student. That's too embarrassing. Card deck, give me a hand. My turn, draw. Teacher Kuronos struggled to pull out the cards from the deck. But he didn't dare to look. He is afraid of seeing the result he doesn't want. After waiting for half a minute, Teacher Kuronos finally opened his tightly closed eyes and looked at the card he had drawn. This card is fusion. Teacher Kuronos' previously broken expression became joyful. Great. I drew this card. This indicates that luck is on my side. Chen Luo. Teacher Kuronos looked at Chen Luo and said, You're done. I didn't originally want to use this monster on students. But you angered me. Let me show you the consequences of angering the teacher. I need to activate the magic card from my hand first. The Ancient Preparation Site. The effect of this card is to allow me to add an ancient mechanical monster to my hand from the graveyard. I naturally chose to add the ancient mechanical giant from the cemetery to my hand. A card pops out of the graveyard area of the duel tray. Teacher Kuronos put this card in his hand. In this way, all the preparations are ready. Teacher Kurono's smile almost reached the corner of his mouth. It's time to unleash all the power of ancient mechanical decks. I need to activate the magic card again. Fusion. In the GX era, as a fusion era, many people's decks are fusion decks. Ancient mechanical card sets are no exception. Teacher Kurono's will display all 3 cards in the last hand. I want to use all 3 ancient mechanical giants in my hand as fusion materials for fusion summoning. The ultimate super ancient weapon. Resurrected under the witness of sunshine. Bring me absolute victory. Summoning of fusion. The ultimate mechanical giant of ancient times. A massive monster descended from the sky and landed on Teacher Kurono's field. The appearance of this monster is very similar to the centaur in mythological legends. But it is entirely composed of machinery. The lower body is a mechanical horseshoe, and the upper body is an ancient mechanical giant. And the fist of the ancient mechanical giant has evolved into a shield with claws. This strange and domineering monster. This is the ultimate ace of Teacher Kurono's, the ancient mechanical giant. The ultimate mechanical giant of ancient times, attribute/race/star. Earth/mechanical clan/10 stars, attack power. 4400, defense force. 3400. Chapter 5. Precision and Elegance. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After the appearance of the ancient ultimate mechanical giant, the students watching the battle were all shocked. A monster with an attack power of 4400. It's too powerful. Teacher Kurono surprisingly took out all the monsters at the bottom of the box. I thought Chen Luo had an advantage, but I didn't expect to be beaten back by Teacher Kurono's in just 1 round. Is this the teacher's strength? It's not at the same level as us students. Upon hearing these screams, Teacher Kurono's laughed heartily. Ha ha ha. It seems that the winner has already been decided. I dare not say that no one can defeat the ancient mechanical giant. But at least, Chen Luo, it's impossible for you. Let me tell you, what is. There is also a difference between ancient mechanical card sets, right? I have entered the battle phase. Use the ancient mechanical ultimate giant to attack the ancient mechanical thermonuclear dragon on your field. Destroy everything. Ultimate giant. The ancient mechanical giant knocked the ancient mechanical thermonuclear dragon away with just 1 punch. The ancient mechanical thermonuclear dragon shattered into parts on the spot. At the same time, Chen Luo's health has decreased by 1400 points. Reduced from 4000 to 2600. However, Chen Luo's expression remained very calm. It seems that in his opinion, it is not himself who is at a disadvantage, but the teacher from across the street, Kurono's. Don't say it, really don't say it. Chen Luo really thinks so. The reason is very simple. Although Teacher Kurono's has an ancient mechanical giant with an attack power of 4400 points on the field. But he has already used up all the cards in his hand. The ancient mechanical giant, on the other hand, only had high attack power and no inherent resistance. In the eyes of Chen Luo, who has fought duels in later generations, it's really his advantage. But Teacher Kurono's still proudly said. Chen Luo, did you see the gap between you and me? Next round, we will definitely solve you. I declare the turn over. It's your turn, Chen Luo. Let's start your last round. After this round, you will bid farewell to the Dueling Academy. Chen Luo didn't speak and quietly drew a card. Look at the cards you have drawn. Chen Luo's eyes narrowed. This card can basically declare that you have won. Chen Luo finally carefully checked Teacher Kurono's field again. After confirming that Teacher Kurono's has no hand, there are no valid cards in the graveyard, and there is only 1 ancient mechanical giant on the field. Chen Luo finally uttered that famous line. Teacher Kurono's, your life is like a candle in the wind. Teacher Kuronos exclaimed loudly. What stupid words are you talking about? Although my health is only 1,000 points. But I have an invincible, ancient mechanical giant on the field. With it here, you can't come through. Chen Luo honestly said. With my current hand, I really can't solve the problem of ancient mechanical ultimate giant. But it's easy to solve you. Watch it, this is my fusion. I need to first summon the ancient mechanical flying dragon from my hand. A flying dragon made of steel and gears came to the Chen Luo field with a long roar. Ancient mechanical flying dragon, attribute/race/star rating. Earth/mechanical clan/4. Attack power. 1700, defense force. 1200, activate the effect of ancient mechanical flying dragon. When this card is successfully summoned or special summoned, you can ask me to add a card with the ancient machinery field to my hand from the deck. I choose to add ancient mechanical fusion to my hand. Teacher Kuronos's face darkened. He discovered that both ancient mechanical fusion and ancient mechanical flying dragons. He doesn't even have it. Damn it. How many cards does Chen Luo have that I don't have? Chen Luoma put the retrieved ancient mechanical fusion on the duel tray. I will directly activate ancient mechanical fusion. Use the ancient mechanical flying dragon on my field and the ancient mechanical box in my hand as fusion materials. A long. Standing demon god. Awaken once again, bring fear to the enemy. Summoning of fusion. The ancient mechanical demon god. A slightly frail mechanical monster walked slowly. It cannot be compared to the ancient mechanical giant in both height and physique. But it has steel wings that ancient mechanical giants did not have. And its hands have all turned into gun barrels. Ancient mechanical demon god, attribute/race/star. Earth/mechanical clan/8 stars, attack power. 1000, defense force. 1800, after seeing this monster, Teacher Kuronos was first shocked. I don't have this card either. Then there is a sense of relief. However, this fusion monster is probably too weak. The attack power is only a meager 1,000 points. There is still no ancient mechanical flying dragon as a fusion material. Chen Luo, what the hell are you doing? Summoning such a weak fusion monster, are you going to give up? Chen Luo smiled and said. No, I have already won. I'll repeat it once. Teacher Kuronos, your life is like a candle in the wind. Listen carefully. I want to activate the effect of ancient mechanical demon god. Once per turn, you can directly deal 1,000 damage to the opponent's dueler. Teacher Kuronos widened his eyes in disbelief. He glanced at his health again. No more, no less, just 1,000 o'clock. Isn't that to say I lost myself? Chen Luo smiled and said. It just knocked out your last health. This is called precise and elegant. Go, the ancient mechanical demon god. The ancient mechanical demon god aimed his gun barrel at Teacher Kuronos. A large number of bullets shot out clearly. Teacher Kuronos' health. 1000. P.S. On the first day of the new book, please submit your data to the audience. Chapter 6. Back by the window, Wang's hometown. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This translator is experiencing an error, please try another translator. Chapter 7. Machine Man Card Set. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chen Luo is a person who loves food. But he is not picky about food. A grilled fish and rice, he ate it very clean. The 10th generation of Yucheng sitting in the nearby seat is a different scene. It can be called the reincarnation of starving ghosts. He ate up a portion of rice faster than Chen Luo. Then I went to get another one. Although in the original work, the 10th generation of Yucheng was a king of stomachs. But seeing the scene of 10 generations of wild eating and drinking in Yucheng, Chen Luo still had some emotions. If you were to do food broadcasting for the 10th generation of Yucheng, perhaps it would be more famous than being a dueler. His appetite is even more outrageous than his level of fighting. Maruto Sho, sitting across from Yoshiro Shirdai, asked Yoshiro Shirdai. Big brother, when will you be full? The 10th generation of Yucheng set up chopsticks. One by one, one by one. I'm so hungry, I need to eat more. Chen Luo on the side suddenly realized that this seemed to be a good opportunity for him to earn victory points. He walked up to Maruto Sho and said. Maruto Sho, since you're waiting for the 10th generation of Yucheng to finish. Why don't we have a duel during this time? Maruto Sho shook his head like a tambourine. I won't fight you if I don't fight. Your ancient mechanical deck is too strong. I can't win with you. Chen Luo smiled and said. It's okay, I don't need to use the ancient mechanical card set. Maruto Xiang looked at Chen Luo in surprise. Ah. You don't use ancient mechanical decks. What are you using? Is it difficult? Do you have any other decks? Chen Luo nodded and said, I have more than one deck. How about it, do you want to come and fight? Maruto Sho was somewhat moved. If Chen Luo didn't use ancient mechanical decks, he might actually win. During the meal, the 10th generation of Yucheng also said. How about you guys have a duel first to pass the time? I need a while to finish my meal. After being persuaded by Yoshiro Shirdai, Maruto ultimately agreed. Okay, then I'll have a duel with you, Chen Luo. Let's talk about it first, you're not allowed to use ancient mechanical decks. Chen Luo said. Don't worry, as soon as I say a word, it's hard to recall. If you don't use ancient mechanical decks, then you don't need ancient mechanical decks. Chen Luo obtained 3 victory points after defeating Teacher Kuronos with an ancient mechanical deck. And in the store. The price of the mech deck is 2 victory points. The mech deck is the theme of the deck used by Maruto Sho. If Chen Luo first bought a mech deck and then used it to defeat Maruto Xiang, then he can earn 3 victory points again. The robot card set purchased at the same time can still be used in the future. It's really a big profit. Therefore, without hesitation, Chen Luo used 2 victory points to purchase a mech card deck from the system. Then take out the mech card deck and quickly browse through the cards inside, thinking about the composition of the card deck and the possible chain. Maritaka, who was across from him, asked curiously. Chen Luo, are you watching the deck on site? Don't you know what cards are in your deck? Chen Luo casually said, reviewing the old and learning the new. Maruto Sho. Oh, that's it. Speaking of, which deck would you use if you don't use ancient mechanical decks? Can you tell me? Chen Luo showed a mysterious smile. Don't worry, you will soon find out. After quickly browsing through the composition of the drone deck, Chen Luo placed it in the dual tray he carried with him. Maruto Xiang suddenly remembered that he had forgotten to take the dual tray. Hurry back to the nearest dormitory and take out the dual tray. At this point, the pre-match preparations for both sides have been completed. Dueling officially begins. Chen Luo gained the power to attack first. He said. My turn, draw cards. Looking at his hand, Chen Luo pondered deeply. The mech card set he uses is also a card set with fusion as the main summoning method. However, there is not enough fusion material in Chen Luo's hand. So, Chen Luo planned to delay the situation for a while and replenish resources. He placed a hand card in the monster area of the duel board. I need to first summon Mixer Man. A personified cement mixer appeared on Chen Luo's field. The front wheel of the mixer has turned into a hand, the rear wheel has turned into a foot, and the front of the car has turned into a head. Mixer Operator, Attribute/Race/Star Rating. Wind/Mechanical/4. attack power. 0, defense force. 2200, as the opponent, Rotorcraft looked at Chen Luo's monster with disbelief. Robots. Robots. Are you also using a mech card set? How could this be possible? And why don't I have your Mixer Man picture? Chen Luo shrugged and said, it means you haven't collected all the cards. Rotorcraft was lost in thought. So that's how it is. I thought I had collected all the cards from the robot series. However. Rotorcraft's expression became arrogant. Chen Luo, you fought me with a mech deck, you really hit the gun. If you use another deck, I'm not sure if I'll beat you. But you're actually using the same mech deck as me. I will definitely win this duel. Chen Luo smiled and said. Really? Then let's see who the winner is in the end. My turn is not over yet. I want to activate the effect of Mixer Man. Send a mechanical monster from my field to the graveyard, and then you can summon a non-wind attribute mechanical monster from the deck. The Mixer Man himself is a mechanical monster. So I want to send the Mixer Man to the cemetery. Special summoning from deck. UFO Man. A anthropomorphic flying saucer appeared from the air. UFO Man, attribute/race/star. Light/mechanical family/6 stars, attack power. 1200, defense force. 1200, finally, I also need to stamp a card. Then announce the end of the round. Chapter 8. Terrifying Steam Rotorcraft Man. You are listening at novel-full.audio. This translator is experiencing an error, please try another translator. Chapter 9. God of War Machine Man. You are listening at novel-full.audio. After the end of the battle phase, Rotorcraft. Another card was covered. Then announce the end of the round. His Gaika is a very powerful card called Falling Cave. The effect is that when the opponent summons a monster with an attack power of over 1000, they can destroy that monster. In the GX era, Luoxue is undoubtedly a very powerful interference card. Rotorcraft believes that. Combining such a strong scene with the card of Falling Cave. It is absolutely possible to block Chen Luo's attack in the next round. My duel talent is indeed very high. Arrived at Chen Luo's turn. Chen Luo said calmly. My turn, draw cards. At this moment, Chen Luo is weaker than Rotorcraft in the scene. He only has one Rotorcraft with an attack power of 1000 on the field. But he has 7 hands. What does 7 hands mean? No need to say more. Chen Luo looked at his hand again and took out a magic card from it. I will first activate the fast attack magic card Whirlwind. The effect of this card is to destroy any magic trap card on the field. What I want to destroy is naturally your Gaika, Rotorcraft. A gust of strong wind struck. Rotorcraft's lair on the field was damaged. This made his face suddenly change. Ah, my trap card. Chen Luo looked at the damaged Luoxue and said. So what you covered was Luoxue. This card is really impressive. Unfortunately, you can't use it anymore. As he spoke, Chen Luo carefully examined Rotorcraft's field. Confirmed that there are no other cards that can be used in Rotorcraft's field and cemetery, except for the known Steambookter Man and Invisible Man. Chen Luocheng said with peace of mind. Rotorcraft, your life is like a candle in the wind. Rotorcraft was stunned. Send out that very classic exclamation. Ah! Chen Luo, what are you talking about? I still have a whopping 4000 health points now, how could I just burn a candle in the wind? When you dueled with Teacher Kuronos before, his health was only 1000. It's reasonable for you to say that he has a candle in the wind. But with my full 4000 health points, how can I still burn candles in the wind? Do you have one more turn to beat me? Chen Luo smiled and said. Oh, you guessed my plan. Rotorcraft jumped up straight. Chen Luo, are you joking? I have 4,000 health points and 2 powerful monsters on the field. What second are you taking me? The 10th generation of Luocheng, who was about to finish their meal, also said. It's very difficult to clear Xiang's 4,000 health points in one round, and the likelihood is so low that it can be almost ignored. Chen Luo said calmly. Then let me showcase it. How to complete a flash sale in one round. I need to first summon the special machine man from my hand. A white anthropomorphic express train appeared on the Chen Luo track. Express operator, attribute/race/star rating. Earth/mechanical clan/4. Attack power. 400, defense force. 1600, activate the effect of Express Machine Man. When this card successfully summons, reverse summons, or special summons. Can you let me add 2 Mech Man monsters to my hand from the graveyard? I will add the Mixer Man and UFO Man from the cemetery to my hand. Chen Luo's hand count has returned to 7. Maritaka said stiffly. Do you want to replenish your hand again? So what? Without powerful monsters, no matter how many cards you have, they won't work. Chen Luo. Don't worry. The powerful monster is here. I want to activate a magic card from my hand. Fusion. Take the Express Man and Rotorcraft Man on my field, as well as the Mixer Man, UFO Man and First Aid Man in my hand. 5 monsters in total as fusion materials. After seeing Chen Luo's actions, the 10th generation of Luocheng put down their rice bowl. He exclaimed in surprise. A 5-fold fusion of 5 monsters as fusion materials. This is too handsome. What can this fusion summon? On the other hand, Rotorcraft also panicked. Chen Luo, what are you trying to integrate? In my memory, there shouldn't be a fusion monster that requires 5 fusion materials. Chen Luo said, you don't know, it's because you don't have the monster I'm going to summon next. See the real ace of the mech deck. 5-fold fusion summoning. Extreme Fighter King. God of War Machine Man. A blood-red mechanical monster descended from the sky. Arrived on the Chen Luo field. This monster is completely an attack-oriented monster. Both hands and feet turned into cannons. The black muzzle is frightening. Extreme Fighter King, God of War Machine Man, attribute/race/star. Ground/mechanical/12 stars, attack power. 4,000, defense force. 4,000, Rotorcraft opened his mouth wide and exclaimed in shock. Do you still have this card in the mech deck? We are all using mech card sets. Why do I feel like there are many cards in your deck that I don't have, Chen Luo? Chen Luo. This indicates that my deck is above you. Okay, it's time to take care of you now. Enter the battle phase. I will use Extreme Fighter King. War God Machine Man to attack your Invisible Machine Man on the field. Destroy the enemy. Extreme Fighter King, God of War Machine Man, aim the hand that has turned into a cannon at Invisible Machine Man. Flames and shells gush out from it. The Invisible Man was immediately destroyed. Rotorcraft suffered 2,800 combat damage. Maritaka's health. 4,1200. He clenched his fist and shouted. It's not over. I still have 1,200 health points left. Chen Luo calmly said, the effect of the Extreme Warrior King War God Machine Man is activated. When this card destroys the opponent's monster, it deals 1,000 damage to the dueler's effect. Maritaka's health. 1,200-200. I haven't lost yet, continued Rotorcraft, who was in a precarious state, shouting, I still have 200 health points left. Chen Luo said, there are also other effects of the Extreme Fighter King. God of War Machine Man. Maruto Show. Chapter 10 is famous. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. After hearing that there are other effects in Extreme Fighter King, God of War Machine Man, Maruto Show was completely stunned. This monster is a bit too powerful, isn't it? He asked cautiously. Chen Luo, what are the effects of Extreme Fighter King, God of War Machine Man? Chen Luo casually said. The remaining effects of Extreme Fighter King, God of War Machine Man, are not too invincible. It can only attack twice in one turn. Maruto Xiangting couldn't hold his tension anymore. A monster with 4,000 attack power, attack twice in one turn. And after destroying the monster, it can also cause damage to the effect. My brother Maruto Ryo's ace monster, the electronic termination dragon, is not as powerful as the Extreme Warplane King, the God of War Machine Man. Why is your robot monster so excellent? Chen Luo said. It's time to end this duel. I will use Extreme Fighter King, War God Machine Man, to attack the Steam Rotorcraft Man on Maruto Show's field. The Extreme Fighter King, the God of War Man, aimed his cannons at the Steam Rotorcraft Man. Fire! The Steam Rotorcraft Man was hit and destroyed. Maruto Show's health has decreased from 200 points to 0. The outcome of the duel has been decided. Chen Luo easily won. He glanced at his victory point and it was already 4 o'clock. He couldn't help but nod. Very good, very good. Victory points continue to rise. Maruto Show, who failed the duel, sat on the ground dejected. Defeated by Chen Luo using the same mech deck, it dealt him a big blow. The 10th generation of Yuqing sighed. Chen Luo, you really won in just one round. Very impressive. The opening of the final round is truly amazing. Speaking, the 10th generation of Yuqing couldn't help but hiccup. He is really overeating. The next day. According to the tradition of the Dueling Academy, the Osiris Red Dormitory held a welcome party for the new students. The 10th generation of Yuqing has once again eaten their fill. And as the manager of the Osiris Red Dormitory, Mr. Dade Temple also appeared. He is responsible for teaching alchemy courses at the Dueling Academy. In the next day, it should be a regular class. The first class in the morning was a duel theory class by teacher Kuronos. It talks about some basic theories in duels. That morning, Chen Luo had breakfast leisurely. 1 minute before the class bell rang, I walked into the classroom. Then, he was watched and amazed by the other students. Chen Luo is here. Is he Chen Luo who defeated teacher Kuronos? He's so amazing, as a student, he can even defeat the teacher. Chen Luo's strength can probably be counted among all the freshmen. Definitely. Some of the freshmen dare to say they can defeat teacher Kuronos. In the practical exam, both Chen Luo and Yuqing Shi Dai defeated teacher Kuronos. However, Chen Luo's fame is much louder than the 10th generation of Yuqing. There are 2 reasons. Firstly, Chen Luo was the first to defeat teacher Kuronos. It's like an excellent movie, the first time I watch it, I feel amazed, and the second time I watch it, I feel calm. Secondly, Chen Luo won a duel using the same ancient mechanical deck as teacher Kuronos. This is even more shocking than the duel between the 10th generation of Yoshiro and Kuronos using different decks. Chen Luo smiled and didn't say anything to the students' astonishment. He just walked to his seat and sat down. At this moment, on a seat in the distance, a student with a sharp hairstyle looked coldly at Chen Luo. Damn it. This guy is even more eye-catching than me. It's really unpleasant. His fist slammed into the table. The student who smashed the table is called Wan Zhangmu Zhuan, commonly abbreviated as Wan Zhangmu. In GX animation, he occasionally takes on the role of a comedian. But now he is still a proud dueler. Unlike Chen Luo, Wan Zhangmu is a student of Obelisk Blue. He is an excellent student, he is a top student. Even in the entire Obelisk Blue, he has very few opponents. In his opinion, he is the one who deserves the most attention among the freshmen. But this spotlight was snatched away by Chen Luo, the Osiris Red student. How could this make Wan Zhangmu not angry? Chen Luo, right. Sooner or later, I will defeat you, said Wan Zhangmu coldly. At this point, the course has already begun. Teacher Kuronos brought the textbook to the podium. Classmates, be quiet. Class is about to start. Then he saw Chen Luo sitting among the students. The memory of losing to Chen Luo surged up, causing him a headache. Damn it. Why did I lose to this kid? I'm losing face. Fortunately, although Teacher Kuronos wished he could find a crack in the ground to penetrate, he was still attending classes normally. In today's class, we will talk about magic cards and trap cards. The magic card is. Chen Luo, sitting under the stage, was very bored listening. He was a seasoned veteran in his previous life, and he has long been familiar with this knowledge. In a metaphorical way. Chen Luo is like a college student from a prestigious university, but he insists on listening to Professor Kuronos talk about addition and subtraction within 100. Just when Chen Luo was bored, he suddenly heard Kuronos calling his name. Chen Luo, get up and answer. What types of magic cards are included? Chen Luo stood up lazily. With so many students, Kuronos tends to focus on answering questions on his own. This indicates that Kuronos should have held a grudge against himself. Chen Luo, hurry up and answer. You didn't miss the class, did you? Chen Luo said calmly. Magic cards are divided into 6 types. Regular magic, quick attack magic, perpetual magic, equipment magic, venue magic, and ritual magic. The perpetual magic, equipment magic, and field magic among them can basically continue to play their effects as long as they are on the field. Ritual magic is a magic that specifically summons ritual monsters. Quick attack magic. Before Chen Luo could finish speaking, Teacher Kuronos interrupted. Okay, you answered correctly. Please sit down. Did Teacher Kuronos name Chen Luo to answer the question? I was planning to make Chen Luo look embarrassed. Who knew it turned out to be an opportunity for Chen Luocheng's knowledge?